Alright, so for this feature match, we have the Battle of the World Legacies. We have the previous Tyrant Mekk Knights versus Orcust, the new antagonist of the series. I think so? I'm not too sure. This is post-Nightmare. And huge shout out to Imperium Duelist for providing me with this sexy Millennium Eye Millennium playmat. Check it out at ImperiumDuelist.com. Man, they really should make like other pieces, like the other Millennium items. That'd be really cool. So I did win the die roll. I am gonna go first. And do I have the FTK, guys? Oh my god, I seem to have Armageddon Knight in hand. Some effect? Review Firewall? No, I'll get Impermanence. I guess I don't get the dump. Of course, I don't get the FTK now. I can't dump Malicious. That's okay. I'm gonna draw with Allure of Darkness. I'm just messing with you guys. If you guys haven't checked out the normal summon Armageddon Knight sketch, go check it out. It's worth the time. It represents everything that this format stands for. So I'm banishing an Orcust Harp Horror because it's Dark Monster, and banishing these monsters is usually an okay thing to do because of the fact that they have ways of coming back from the banish pile. So wow, good start on Quinn. He sets one in the same column, and he gets now ashed when he tries to activate the effect of the purple. Now I'm just locking him down because I only have an Armageddon Knight, and if he can push a ton of monsters out, it's over for me. Because one thing about the Mekk Knight Overlords is that they are very beefy. They have big stats and they special summon very quickly. Now terraforming has been activated to add Kyoto Waterfront. Okay, this is kind of neat. He added the Kaiju support in there, which I guess in some cases it does stop my combo from going through, because one of the key combos of Orcust is to set up the Topologic Bomber Dragon, and that play where I can nuke the board continuously. Basically, the play is to set it up so that your opponent can't establish a board as you constantly blow up all their monsters. It's not very good against BA, I suppose, but against most other decks, this is a very strong counter because they are unable to go into their extra deck links, essentially leaving them with a relatively weak board and susceptible to a lot of countering. Now I do take a lot of damage here. Took 25 to the face, and I took another 1,000 from the Indigo Eclipse, and he proceeds to set one, which is very uncommon. Like, you don't see a lot of sets now. Like, if it's an Alistair, you would have just seen like the Alistair summon. So now we're going to see normal summon with the Grepher. I have a Malicious in hand. Now, an honest opinion here, if you have Grepher and Malicious, if you're playing any other deck aside from Orcust, it's fine. But being locked into Dark, it creates a bit of limitation, and it's much better to open Armageddon Knight than Grepher. So there's two choices that I could have dumped there. I could have dumped the Brass or the Honk Horn right there, or I could have dumped a World Legacy World Wand. Either way, it would have been kind of similar. This one's a bit more resource intensive, but I guess it's just where I'm choosing to start my combo. And the way I'm choosing to start my combo, I am going to start it off with Brass, and Brass lets me summon out a Orcust monster from hand, which will be Harp Horror. And I want all my monsters in the graveyard, so I'm going to proceed to summon Galatea. Galatea lets me shuffle back one of my banished machines to set set one of my spells and traps that's Orcust related straight onto the field. And there's no card better than Babel, which is the field spell. The field spell is amazing. It makes the deck work, and it provides the most amount of threat for any players that are going to be playing against Orcust in the near future, especially when they get their Nightmare Orcust. Let's just say you want that Babel out of the way, because all it does is give my monsters the ability to become quick effects. All their ignition effect for the graveyard main deck monsters and all the link monsters, their activated effects, they are now all quick effects, which is very difficult. Kyoto Waterfront has been gaining counters as more cards go to the graveyard. Overall, this game still could go either way. Of course, this is the standard combo. The standard combo is to go into the Summon Sorc. Summon Sorc lets you mitigate your resources a bit better. And I'm going to Galatea, and I'm going to use Galatea as the target for Summon Sorc. Summon Sorc is going to summon out World Legacy World Wand. World Wand lets me special summon out from the banished pile. And the other monster that you just saw there was the Skeletor. No. This guy lets you revive from the graveyard. So it lets you revive Orcust. So Orcust made up of summoning from banished pile, deck, hand, and grave. That's it. That's all they do. Now I'm going to proceed to link off my Summon Sork and into the true boss monster of the deck, Topologic Bomber Dragon. The key play of the deck is that you establish control by nuking the board endlessly to the point that your opponent just basically gives up. So I'm going to activate World Legacy World 1, banish it, and I am going to special summon Harp Horror. Am I going for Harp Horror? I think I'm going with Harp Horror. No! No, I chose to go with Skeletor. So that's the key thing about the World Legacy World 1, is that you can just dump it and then you can use it to put another monster back into the graveyard. So the key reason why I chose to go with the skeleton is that I can reuse Galatea's effect, and then I can, because they're all quick effects now, and since Topologic Bomber Dragon triggers, I have a timing window for that Galatea to activate. That's the only reason why I chose to go in that direction. If I want to go with a longer line of play, I could have went for the Harp Horror instead. So I've summoned out my Longrisu, the newest armor for my Ningirzu, and Topologic Bomber Dragon has just triggered. And remember, the only way to trigger the Topologic Bomber Dragon is so that you summon into an arrow that a Link monster points to. That was a Morphing Jar set. That was a really greedy play on his part. But, you know, props to him for being so greedy with the Morphing Jar. Special tech art, always very fun. And so he's going to tag out, and I'm going to have no response. So he managed to get a tag out, and he's going to add a card to his hand. Quinn is going to add either... Oh, he's going to add Eclipse. So, one ruling note, I suppose, is that if you do activate Topologic Bomber Dragon, keep in mind that you cannot attack with any other monster. A lot of people tend to forget that. Another thing about not being able to attack is if Longrisu is going to activate this effect to send a monster that's linked to the graveyard, note that he can't attack from that as well. And he's going to activate Kyoto, Kyoto Waterfront, and that's going to get Ash, so he can't fetch out that Kaiju. That's why I kept the Ash in hand. Rather than stopping his purple Nightfall, I chose to stop the key threat, which would have been a Kaiju. So, don't forget that we have to bring back our monster right there, because that's just to maintain the game state. A little improper there, but, you know, game state has been repaired. People seem to forget things every now and then, but I think it's okay. Now this is all Quinn's turn, and the interaction on Quinn's turn, it makes it feel a little funny later on. So we're going to see a special summon of the Indigo Eclipse, and it's going to activate his effect to shuffle him down to a different column. And we're going to see a special summon of the Blue Sky. That is a pretty good top deck. I guess I'm going to have to let him have it, but instead, I think I should wipe this board. This board is going to become very threatening very fast. So I'm going to banish to summon out the Galatea, and he is going to continue to get his search with the Blue Sky. And Topologic Bomber Dragon is going to trigger now. That's going to be Chain Link 1. Any response? No response? Okay, we're going to go into Galatea. Galatea is going to shuffle back in one of the machines, and we're going to proceed to set a card. And it's most likely going to be Einsatz. Einsatz is a Foolish Burial, and then the whole board gets wiped, and he is going to get himself a nice search. Oh, Quinn. See, you've committed so many cards to the Mekk Knight board, but it's only getting wiped right now. And of course, my Galatea is also not alive. One thing to note is that when you link your monsters for Orcust, they gain protection. The way that it is set up right now is that the Longirzu is protected from card effect based destruction due to the fact that Topologic Bomber Dragon is linking to it. And a quick ruling reminder is that a monster that is linked can be either the subject that is being pointed to or the subject that is pointing out to something. But something must exist for it to be linked. Okay? So when Long Gearzu is linked, he cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is great. And I also have an arrow pointing into the extra monster zone, so if they summon anything into the extra monster zone, basically all the monsters will get wiped. So now it's actually my turn. I'm going Einsatz, and I'm going to make sure that both my monsters can attack, so I'm just going to proceed to swing for game. Just attack for 25, and he previously took 3k, so Topologic Bomber Dragon, attack for game. There you have it. That's game 1. So the board nuking has actually cost Quinn quite a lot of resources because he lost like 2 or 3 Mekk Knights every single time it went off. That was a very steep price to pay. And now we proceed to game 2. Are the Mekk Knights going to do anything out of the ordinary? I don't know, but I would like to find out. Oh no, that is not a very ideal hand. When you open with both spells that you wanted to fetch out, and I'm going to normal summon Armageddon Knight. Oh no, hold on. Holy crap, there's a Typhoon. So now I'm going to summon, oh my god, a hand trap after a hand trap. Well, I guess we're back to square one, I suppose. Now we do have the Einsatz. Einsatz can't even speak now. Einsatz acts as a Foolish Burial whenever a monster is summoned to my opponent's side of the field. So whenever he drops anything, I just get to send an Orcust card straight from the deck to the banish or graveyard. Now he always wants to go second because the thing is, a Mekk Knight deck without any kind of setup is just extremely difficult. So he's gonna mind control my Armageddon Knight. He's gonna proceed to summon out Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. Upon the summoning of Ash Blossom Joyous Spring, I'm going to activate Einsatz. What do I fetch? Oh, fetch out the Brass Bombard, our little honkhorn. He's gonna link into the Phoenix. Man, his hand actually feels pretty horrible. He has a bunch of Kaijus and he doesn't exactly have the strong follow-up now. And I'm going to be taking 19 to the face with the Phoenix, and my Einsatz is also gone. With the Phoenix play, he did take control back for like a very short amount of time, although my monsters technically can't run over his until I perform some link shenanigans. Checking his graveyard, I'm like, okay, no threat there. I'm going to activate World Legacy Succession. Thanks to the Phoenix arrow, I do have an arrow that points to one of my zones, and I'm going to revive Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight, oh my god, Armageddon Knight gets to go through now. And I'm going to dump a Malicious. I already have Brass Bombard in my hand, in the graveyard, therefore I'm able to special summon out the Orcust monster from my hand already. And the Malicious is just additional security. If more of my stuff gets blown up, I'm ready to go. Time for the FTK, boys. Ya boy. Okay, so I'm gonna use a Malicious here. Special summon out Mally. And I'm going to activate my Brass Bombard, and I'm going to summon out my Heart War. We're gonna proceed to link it off. Link it off. And we have ourselves Galatea. My fiance always tried to pronounce her name as Galileo, but I guess it never really stuck, so I'm good. So we're going to be able to banish the other one. Oh, I didn't even use Galatea's effect. Now note that you don't really have to use her effect immediately. If you want to summon her, you can revive her and then use it too, which gives you a bit more material to manipulate in the banish pile. So now I use Skeletor's effect to summon out the Galatea. Subasauric effect. I believe now we're going to see the World Legacy World Wand. We've called the wand to crash into the planet. I'm guessing it's because of the Orcust that the Guard Dragon awoken out of the World Legacy artifacts. So now we have to make a choice. There are multiple ways of performing an OTK. It's just that which way am I going? Well, I am going to make a link for. I'm going to go into Topologic Bomber Dragon. I can technically just swing, and that's going to be a ton of damage by itself. Judging by the numbers, he is unharmed at the moment. And with Topologic Bomber Dragon there, I can potentially just kill off all my own monsters. So I don't exactly want that. I'm going to activate World Legacy World Scepter, and I'm going to revive our Skeletor friend, Symbol Skeleton. And I think I just go for a massive swing. I'm going to attack, and Digasto not Digasto, but Nightmare Phoenix gets wrecked, and also takes 1900 burn damage. And we're going to see the Galatea swing for 18, another 14. And we're going to hit them with the last bit of damage coming from, I guess, the Symbol Skeleton. And I guess now is going to be the Link phase. Now some may be wondering, oh, why don't you just summon out the other militias to push for that last bit of damage? And Topologic Bomber Dragon would have just blown up my entire field. That would completely suck. Okay, seems like I am going to proceed to link summon into Longirzu, and then we're going to blow up my own Armageddon Knight. The Longirzu lost a bit of value because Topologic Bomber Dragon is now co-linked with it, and there's no arrow that it's pointing to, so the extra monster zone on the other side is now free. I think I'm going to pass turn. I think I've set up something in the graveyard. Once I am able to... Oh my god, there's the Kaiju. Kaiju has eaten my explodey friend. And he gives himself a Raiden. Now, my monster is not immune to destruction by battle, so I will be taking 300 from that. And he's gonna pass turn. Okay. Now, all this depends on is what that draw was. If that draw was something legit and lit, perfect. Banishing one of the Symbol Skeleton, and I'm going to revive the Galatea. We're going to shuffle back in the World Wand. The World Wand is actually one of those that you want to put back in because you want to have access to it, and you want to be able to constantly revive stuff. Alright, so we're going to fetch out the Babel. Okay, well, okay, we're gonna link it off. And we're gonna link it off into something different. We're gonna go in for the Unicorn. See Unicorn's effect. We're gonna bounce that up, and we're gonna attack for game. That is it. That's a good game. So for our battle here, the Topologic Bomber combo has full interruption over the Mekk Knight Overlords, giving me the solid victory of 2-0. Thank you, Quinn, for participating in this. Aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed something a little bit different from our standard meta duels, because meta duels, if they're not playing FTK, well, they're playing some other cards that are pretty much going to lock someone out. If you guys haven't seen the Armageddon Knight sketch just yet, by all means, please check it out. Enjoy yourselves, have a good laugh. And if you guys got any sketch suggestions, leave it down in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out ImperiumDuelist.com for that really sexy playmat. And until then, appreciate all of you guys, and huge shout outs to my Patreon for making these videos possible. And I guess until next time, if you guys enjoy it, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe or become a member. I guess I should do some member incentives, but I'm still working on it. And to my Patreons, of course, the proxies for Boral Savage is out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job. And you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.